poker. Bought them on step for the culture. I'm trying to climb up in it. You know the vibe up in it. I know you see me, I'm out to go swimming on my down, dive up in it. I just need 5 more minutes. I'ma just mind my business. We come from Baltimore. Come vibe out with it.
Same town, North and people. Come foreign cheap, white lock, Cherry Hill, North and Long and Dolphin. Murphy, Holmes, EA, Greenmount, Barclays, Walbrook, JCT, Poplar Grove, and Edie.
I'ma just mind my business. I'ma just climb up in it. I get the text and she said it'll be finished. I said we need 5 more minutes. Heard they hating, just say what you mean. Swear to God, I don't pay no mind. In the club, I ain't waiting in line. Young nigga living, I'll stay with the 9. Yeah. Damn, let me see it. Get the moving your feet and repeat it. Michael Jackson, make him beat it. I told Shorty, come here, let me eat. I'm in your city in VIP. Girl, you look young, let me see how I see. Coming big, poppin' like B.I.G. I got niggas swing like Muhammad Ali. No, you can't pull up to the block that I be on. Get high, I'm a fly nigga, Louis V on. Come vibe with us, ride with us, put the beat on. Stay iced out, wrist cold, put the heat on. I love how you moving them hips. I wanna see you mucked in, yeah. Crazy lanes with a little bit of twist. I wanna send love right to piece K Swift. I'm trying to climb up in it. You know the vibe up in it. I know you see me, I'm out to go swimming on my down, dive up in it. I just need 5 more minutes. I'ma just mind my business. We come from Baltimore. Come vibe out with it.
Watch out for the big girl. 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 Big girl. Big girl.
Hey, down the hill. Hey, Baltimore. Hey, down the hill. Hey, Baltimore. I'm trying to climb up in it. You know the vibe up in it. I know you see me, I'm out to go swimming on my down.
No, say less.
Say less, say more, say less. What's goody, 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 goody? Happy Tuesday, guys.
That's a fact. What's up? What's up? What
What is going on?
So I'm gonna get my phone together so my voice may be fading in and out. But first and foremost, before my phone fades in and out and that phone gets turned down that has the instrumental playing, it might be yours, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You might gotta turn your volume down. Just all you gotta do is turn your volume down. But other than that, guess what?
What?
The loners is in the building. It's your man Scrap Money, captain of the ship. I kind of fucked it up a little bit.
We have to start over. We have to start over. It sounded like you was a little tongue-tied, so let's start over. Let's pop it off again.
The loners is in the building. It ain't nothing running back. It's your man Scrap. You know how I do it, man. Live as engineer in the land. I'm in here with my fam. And who in here with me? Where's my partner at?
Well, as you guys know, love to hate me in the motherfucking building. Here with all my energy, all my grace, and all my rawness. We're going to have a really good show. We have a special guest in the building. So you guys already know what I need you to do, what my request is. Pour your drinks, roll your blunts up, snort your coke if that's what you're into. And let's get into this show. So who do we have here tonight? Yeah. Okay.
You want me to go?
Please?
Yes,
I did say, who do we have in here tonight?
No problem. I messed up. So who we have in here tonight is the entrepreneur himself, Michael Norton III, representing the company, Madison Snacks, man.
Yes,
Welcome in the motherfucking building, Mr. Michael. You said Norton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you are responsible and behind the brand of?
My distribution deals with Marlowe Candy, and the corporation name is called Madison Snacks, man.
All right, so I'm going to play, is it Vanna Black?
Okay.
So, guys, just so that you guys see and so that you guys know it's official, because we only bring official guests on here. So what we have here, I'm holding one of 4 treat bags because I know I'm going to take home like 2. And I love when guests bring treats, and I'm going to actually try one of these treats live on air and give my real live opinion, because that's just how I do it.
Yeah.
And, again, nothing is pre-recorded. I don't know how these taste, and I'm going to taste them today, so I'm excited to do that.
On the spizza.
On the spot. I'm going to taste it towards the latter part of the show, so if it's not giving what it's supposed to, you don't feel no type of way at the end of the day. But I'm sure I'm going to enjoy them. That's just me being funny. You're going to have to, don't take me serious. Cause are you okay with me talking shit?
Yeah, we good.
All right, fair enough. So welcome to the show. Thank you for coming, and thank you for bringing gifts. So let's get right into it, because I want to know more about the man behind the brand, behind the snacks, behind the sweets, because I love snacks. I love sweets. You should be able to tell. So at the end of the day, tell me how all of this started. Who are you? And how did all this begin? And how did you get here today? Let's talk about it.
Before I get in that, man, I got to thank you, man. We definitely made it, man, as entrepreneurs out here, man. The grind has been hard, man, but we hung in there. Me coming on here tonight was celebrate what you doing, man, and give a recap of where I've been, what I'm doing, and how I'm growing. And it was so important for me to get back here because your platform, not only you, man, but the other podcasts I've done and the local magazines have I've stepped my game up a lot.
Okay.
I came on here with a list of goals last year, me, you, and Charlie G, and we were talking, man, and we had a good conversation. And to let you know, we got about 80% of those goals done, man, before we close out the year.
Oh, wow, that's great.
I want to close it out, and it looks like we're going to close it out on another stronger note. And I've challenged myself to do more things coming up in the next up and coming years, man. But it was more important for me to definitely get back on here to let you know what direction we're going in, the resume that I'm putting together, and to thank everybody, I mean family, friends, Facebook, social media, who have been behind me, who see me in the street working. Man, I want to thank y'all for purchasing it, man. Y'all don't know, it means the world to me. And to every entrepreneur out here, I got to tell y'all one thing. It ain't easy, man. Please trust the process no matter what. It's going to be times, man, where this lifestyle that we chose will put you in a balled up knot saying, why in the hell did I do this, right? But remember, the goal is bigger than you. And I can't name everybody, but you know who you are, and you all are dear to my heart. You've put up your money, your car payment, your mortgage. You sacrifice everything for me, and I love all of y'all for that, man. I could not have gotten here today if it wasn't for the people that follow me every day on social media, and if it wasn't for the Vital magazines and the Scrap Monies and every other podcast. Look, if I can't forget, I didn't forget Herbie. I ain't forgot about you, Mike Cooley and the gang, everybody out there, man. I love y'all, and keep trusting the process, man, because you all have really built me up and it forced me to step my game up. And we do it for the city, man. I love y'all.
That was actually one of the best intros a guest has given. Shout outs to you. I mean, for you to really open it up and not more so tooting your horn, but to start off by shouting out your village and shouting out your support system, that shows true character. So shout out to everyone that has had a part and played a part in supporting this brand, in supporting this man's dreams and his goals. So shout out to that, because, you know, I think that a lot of times you hear that, like, black people don't support each other, and it's giving very much like crabs in a barrel vibes. And I'm not saying that that doesn't exist, but we also need to highlight and showcase when black people are unified and when they're supporting each other and when they're showing each other love. So that was very awesome for you to open up the show that way, and I really appreciate that. So let's get into it, okay? So not every day, I don't think anybody wakes up and says, okay, I'm gonna make gummy worms.
Before I get in that, one more shout out to Team Pratt, Charles and Nakia. She's one of the best authors in Baltimore. Pratt. The book is called Picture Perfect, y'all. Go get it on Amazon right now, man. Okay. While you eating your snacks, man.
Period.
You get a 2-for-1 deal.
It's the 2-for-1 for me.
Yeah, you got a 2-for-1 deal, but much love to her and her family, man. They doing big things, man. She's the next big author coming out of Baltimore, man. So get behind Team Pratt. Y'all hear me? Get behind
Team Pratt, shout out to you. And, you know, again, this is a very supportive guy that is making sure that he is definitely giving the love back. So let's talk about you for a second. Do you have any more shout outs?
No. So for me, when I last left here, man, we were dominating the corner stores. We have over 180 stores active right now.
Oh.
And when I told you we would leave here, we were going to take over the supermarket game.
You said that.
So now you can find us in all the Save-A-Lots, and even right here behind you on Maryland Avenue. Right up front.
Okay.
We got about 12 of them. You can find us in Harvest Pride. I'm working on picking up more of them. And I'm still working on the contract details for Aldi and Lid right now. I'm working on the shoppers. It's going to take a minute. We're getting ready to go into the fiscal year, so they got to weed out who they want and don't want. But me being independent, I'm fearless right now. I know how to take a punch and give one back. So we taking over the supermarkets right now. I told you I wanted to come out and be more informative and educational. I'm working on the high schools. I've been to 2 of them talking about entrepreneurship. And that's going to be a lot to talk about, too, while we out here, man. But how I got into it, of course, I got the regular formal education, but everything started in the background of Giant Food. Like I said on the last show, learning distribution and warehouse, and it sent me to be independent. I didn't like what was going on in corporate America. I found my own loopholes, and from there I went. And, you know, it's gotten me to this point. It's been very difficult, but what's business if it ain't a headache? You know what I mean?
Fact.
What's the most rewarding part about what you do since you've gotten into the business?
The most rewarding part for me right now is to come on air and do magazine articles and educate the next generation. That's been the most rewarding part, and the fact that I'm building a resume, and I'm hoping in another 3 to 4 years I'm purchasing a company.
Okay. And that company will be doing what, helping helping young people?
No,
or just
we're going to stay in the snack business.
Okay.
Man, I got to grow the other products, man, or whether it be global food or international, but I'm building a resume right now, man, and hoping with these kind of platforms somebody hears me and takes me serious and wants to make an investment in me.
Yeah.
Well, more than likely, I'm going to have to do it myself anyway, but, you know, I'm all in.
It's only going to take one, though. Like, it's going to take just one spark, like, say, like a General Mills slide through and get one of those snacks.
And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to run one of these companies, man, and change the narrative, man, and have more African Americans in it, man. And we got to put Madison snacks on cereal boxes and everything right now, man. You know, we got to control it, man. And it's enough of us out here doing well. It's not just me, man. To every entrepreneur, I love you out there. It's a whole lot of us doing well, man. And, you know, you might want to call this the entrepreneurial edition, man, because I want more people to come out here and promote their brands and for us to get together, but most importantly, get in these high schools, man, and help these children right now.
These children need a lot of help.
They do, but let me tell you one thing. What I found out in going into the high schools, man, you can't teach pride through a textbook. If you have an entrepreneurial program in your school, you'd be surprised how many kids want to come run into that class. And I've done that. Well, I haven't taught the classes, but I've been invited as a keynote speaker. When these children have a project and you give them a task, they learn how to problem solve, they learn how to communicate, they learn how to go out there on their own. And they take pride in being a business owner. Right. Sometimes your worst student in English and math may be the best entrepreneur you'll ever put out there. Again, you can't teach pride through a textbook. But if you give them a project and tell them to come up with a brand, and I was showing them how to market it, and I was, you know, being a motivational speaker, I did it inside of Owings Mills High School, man. Shout out to Mrs. Alethea Smith for calling me on, and Frederick Douglass. They have an excellent program over there. It's called the 3D Empowerment. I mean, these children right now are working part-time jobs to fund their dream.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, if anything, and I'm lobbying for me and a whole bunch of other young men and young women, we need an entrepreneurial program in the high school system, man. Let's be real. Let's be real, because again, if you give them a task, man, they will work on it all weekend. Yeah. They'll come back with a sense of pride and say, you know,
I completed it.
Especially if it's a real goal at the end, like something that they can feel
and let me tell you,
something that they have
I met some of the most interesting children at Douglass, man. I met a young woman that wants to write a book. I met a young guy that wants to design jewelry. I mean, these children are all in. And even the ones at Owings Mills, I mean, I did a Q&A of 50 cards, man, and 15 questions I picked all came from young African-American women. I mean, the women, seem to be right now on point. Nothing against my dudes, I love y'all, but the women stepping their game up, man, and I love it. And I think
I agree. I definitely agree.
In the year of 2023,
let's go. Let's talk about it.
I think you're going to see a lot of good young African-American women come out of the state of Baltimore, Maryland, doing big things if they stay focused, man.
It's happened, and really the wave has happened already, because there's plenty of successful African-American women coming out of Baltimore City specifically, plenty of women in their 40s and 50s that have already walked the path of whether it's entrepreneurship or just, you know, financial freedom, just having themselves together. So I will shout out to the women of Baltimore, because they're definitely out outdoing the men as it relates to just growth and progression. Why do you think that is?
Well, in my opinion, I know talking to some of the young women, they wanted to know what does a good credit score look like. They wanted to have the conversation about financial literacy. They challenged me with the question of what do you have to sacrifice to get where you want to get. And I think it's such a beautiful thing to hear young people. I'm 42, by the way. So to hear someone younger than me talk like that, where college or junior college may not be their thing, but they're saying, you know what, I'll go take a jog at Target or Burger King to lay down this blueprint to get my dream started. Mm-hmm. And basically when I come in there, man, I'm just here to motivate, tell them what I'm doing. I'm not teaching the class anything, but I enjoy it from the heart, man. I don't ask for a dime of money, don't want it. I'd rather see my community grow. I'd rather see these young people walk across the stage with a purpose and idea, man. And that's why I really came on here to talk about that in the direction that you guys have built me up to. Yeah. So if anybody see anything, I'm not bragging, man. I'm really giving flowers and I'm happy about where I'm at right now in my life.
That's what's up, man, and I'm proud of you. That's what I want to say, because I seen you grinding. I seen you in the beginning. You know what I mean? I seen the work you put in just to get started. You know what I mean? And now that you've been in the game, you know what I mean, and you done came across some obstacles, you ain't let them defeat you. You let them complete you. You feel me? And now you booming. You feel what I'm saying? And
yeah, well, we definitely every day. I have to reinvent myself, man. I got to get out of the bed even when I don't want to, man. It's definitely rough because, like I said before, I am that 1-800 number. I am the person that they're going to call. I mean, I left that one speaking engagement and then signed a deal with all the Crown gas stations in Baltimore. So, you can find.
Okay. Drag a little bit. You can drag a little bit, just a little bit.
I never brag, but I know we still focus on the 99-cent price point, but right now in the struggling economy, we stepping our game up a little bit, man, and more for your buck, man. You get more gummy bears and peach worms, man, at $1.99. You'll see the $1.99 rack with the pixie sticks and the milk chocolates and everything on there. But some people, prefer the $1.99 bag a little bit more. They want to spend the money. I mean, the product is good. Again, man, we keep the pork out of it. It's halal, which has helped us with the Arabic communities a lot.
Say that one more time for the people in the back.
The product is halal. It was helped us with the Arabic community a lot. That support. Other than that, man, the grind has been a wonderful thing. I wouldn't change anything different. I mean, I fell hard. I've gotten back up. I've had to pick my head up when I didn't want to. But, right now, man, where we're going at right now, we're in a good direction, man. The train is headed straight, and like I tell people, success don't come in a straight line. It come in a zigzag.
Yeah.
So you got
that's a fact.
It does not come in a straight line. You gotta hang in there. But
no, I want you to. Can you elaborate on that process right there, just a little bit for the people who don't understand that? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people expect things to happen immediate as soon as they do some shit, right? You know what I mean? And what my man said, that shit happens in a zigzag. That means it's incremental. You know what I mean? It may not all overflow into your pot at once. Soon as you start something, I'm gonna get a business because Johnny got a business, and I expect to make $1 million off rip like Johnny did. No, it's an incremental zigzag type of process, man. You got to put that work in on each level to advance to the next level. Am I tracking that correctly?
Absolutely. And to every entrepreneur out there, I think one way you can get started is you find a business with a problem.
Right.
If you find a business with a problem, maybe it be a condemned building or a janitorial business is failing. You can get it at a cheaper price, and that way you can use your own mind and creativity. I found a route with a problem. I brought it at a cheap price, and it allowed me to now wipe the slate clean, do things my way, learn why I'm failing, and build bridges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was able to do all that, and it did not happen in a short period of time because I've gone through several work trucks, and I've lost a whole lot of territory, but I've also gotten it back.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by the zigzag. But, if you're going to choose this lifestyle, be prepared. Be prepared. I don't think you want to come out the gate, being successful. I think you want to have a lot of bumps and curves so you learn from them. And I couldn't, if I hadn't failed or I couldn't be able to come here or do the other things I want to do, or be able to go out and talk to children and reach the community, man.
So let's get into some things. I have 3 different types. I have the gummy worms, I have the gummy bears, and I have the sour peach kings. I want to bust one of these bags open. So if you had to make a first impression on my taste buds, which I think that my palate is very like elite and upper echelon, like, you know, so I've had, you know, okay, anyway, what would I choose to really set it off and be hooked on these snacks?
Most women like the peach rings. I mean, I don't know why.
That's why I can't have it. I can't have it.
And I made a special request. His wife wanted some, so
wifey, you're actually gonna get a pack because he said most women like the sour peach rings, and I'm definitely not most women, so I'm gonna go with some opposite.
No problem.
So between the gummy worms and the bears, where should I go?
Either one.
Because it's the same thing, just a different shape.
Hey, I think you can go right with either one.
All right, guys.
What up, LA? What up, Big Stan?
It's time for us. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the ability to open up the bag. So I'm thinking on a drunken night, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you ain't got much energy, and you want to open the bag up. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to open the bag up, and you don't want to fight, break your nails and shit. So I will give on a scale of 1 to 5, opening the bag. I will give it a 4, 5. You know, it was sealed. Smell good as soon as you open it, and I didn't have to fight too much. So good job on packaging, nice colors. So you got me there. The smell is delicious.
What's
by the way.
What's the scale? Because you said 4 or 5. But what's the scale?
1 to 5.
Oh, 1 to 5.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, guys. So as I look in here, and like I said, the smell. I wish you guys could smell this with me. Delicious. It smells so fruity. Woo. I have various colors. I got the blue, the greens, the oranges, and all of that. So y'all know that the different colors bring different flavors. I could tell y'all not snack people. Okay. Anyway.
Oh.
Why are you here? Why don't you guys come in and see?
Can I see you so I can make sure it's really you?
Yeah. Because we're live, so if anything pops off.
We live on the podcast.
We're outside the door. We're going to come inside. Let me make it okay. It's Baltimore City Police. I'm Officer Cordell, Officer Chesley. We are recording.
Come in too. All right, y'all can come in. It's never a dull moment here.
Right.
These are fucking delicious, by the way.
No, thank you.
Hey. I'm like,
Open door for the possible burger. That's why we asked him whether you're okay or not, okay?
Oh, no. Don't worry.
Come out for our own safety and your safety as well.
You're handsome.
Okay?
We're great.
Perfect. All right. Have you heard anything suspicious? Anybody breaking into any doors you know of?
No, well, we really just got here. We go live at 9, so we got here like around 8:45.
Yeah. Down there at Groove to Groove, she was concerned because the front door was open. That's all.
Did you notice the front door open when you came inside? Kind of ajar? Like
I had to do an alarm to get in.
Oh, you used
Yeah. We buzzing. So.
Got you. So do you come into the front at all?
Yeah, the front door.
When you came inside, was the door already open? Kind of
No.
Are you talking about the
very front door?
Are you talking about the thing being broken, the arm? The arm.
You know when you walk into the front, front door? Yeah, that. Yeah. So that's like...
It was sitting open? Because it shouldn't have been sitting open if it was like that.
Okay, well that seems to be broken, or at least open.
So it could have, when you all came in, it could have just not closed all the way potentially or something like that?
Maybe when you came in, because you was...
When you came in and you did the alarm.
Yeah.
The very front entrance, right?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
One of the gummy bears?
So what's your take on it?
First of all, let me just say shout out to social loners because it's never a dull moment. The Baltimore Police Department, shout out to them because they heard it was a burglary and they got here fast as fuck. I don't know how they do with the murder scenes, but they damn sure got here fast. I started eating these as everything transpired.
Let me say this. She is fucking them gummy worms up. Oh, my God.
When I tell you I'm fucking these gummy bears up, they so juicy and so good. And I was thirsty as fuck. And I was like, how am I going to make it through this shit with no water? And they're fresh. They taste like you made them yesterday or today or something.
Well, remember, what I do with the product in every store, I'm putting out a year date. So right now you eat 2024.
Woo!
Damn, you gave me some hot.
Now you remember.
You said you gave me what?
The date on them.
My date says 2023.
Oh, 23. Okay, I got them 2024 right here too. You know what I mean?
Say less.
Okay.
So I'm always putting out product 1 year before the year. You know what I mean?
And they stay fresh the whole time. So if I get these a year from now, you're gonna be hard.
No, they're not.
Well, you know, 22 right through on that 24. You
Because
heard me.
remember, we don't have the pork in them, so you're gonna get more flavor.
Shout out to Fanice. Fanice said. Fanice said, "Meanwhile, I love his Tana gummies up." And the one thing about me, if you know me,
Right.
I could either go really hard with it and it's good, or I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
These are really good.
No, I can see it. I was like, oh, you about to get glowing reviews because you was fucking them bears up. Oh my god.
So I think we got about a 4, man. How that sound?
A 5.
Oh, okay, man.
Because I'm an old school type of bitch. I'm from, the 80s back in Brooklyn days. And, they always had these set up. They had the 2 for $1. Okay. So they had the 2 for $1. Sure.
You gotta turn your
Hello.
phone on, bro.
I got it.
Hi.
What's
happening?
You can watch it. You
Yeah,
can
no
turn-
problem.
So, I grew up on these.
Yeah.
Now, not all bags are good. What's the main brand of these?
The main brand is Marlowe Candy and Nut Company, but my corporation is Madison Snacks. So you'll see both signs up in the stores when you go in.
Wow. So, do y'all make any other candies?
Oh man, we got everything. We put the fruities out. We got the sharks, the bears, the worms, the cherries. I mean, where do I begin? I brought y'all the popcorn the last time.
Yep,
The
popcorn's
cotton
fire.
candy.
Popcorn.
We got
Fire.
I ain't getting no popcorn.
You wasn't here. Fire.
Yeah, we got a
Okay.
lot of. We got the popcorn, man. You name it. I mean, then we stepped the game up with the chocolate covered raisins and everything. So we putting them in the store.
I got set up popcorn.
Yeah, we got kettle, we got party flavor, we got caramel, we got cotton candy. So I mean, we throw all the varieties out there to the customers, man. And and again, man, we
Is
definitely
this for people with the munchies?
snacks gonna be around a long time. Snacks something we always need. Whether it's late at night, afternoon, it's something that we just love.
All right, so this was good. Here's for your wife, because I'm gonna sample with one too. All right, guys. So the gummies right here on a scale of 1 to 5. I'll give it a 5. I'm not just saying that. They were soft. They were juicy. They were fresh. They were what you would want a snack to be if you grabbed it and you want some late night shit. You watching TV. You watching one of your shows on Netflix. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. The movies, you sneak these in. You're good. So, guys, it's no point of getting snacks at the movies when you have these around, because honestly, better buy, better taste, better flavor. So I can vouch for these. I'm gonna go ahead and do another taste test. Now I'm about to hit up the sour peach rings. All right, and what I'm looking to see is, are you consistent? Are you consistent with the packaging? Are you consistent with the freshness? Here we go, guys. I ain't got no music or nothing to kind of build up the suspense.
No.
Yes. Huh? Put on something for me. I'm late. All right.
Yeah.
Easy to open. I like this one smell better. This smells like I'm about to be in for a treat, but this smells better. This smells like sour peach rings, actually. Okay. All right, you ready? Okay, so as far as texture, nice and firm, soft. Okay, so I can tell they're not stale. This says 2023. Y'all ready?
I mean, the sound of it, God. I'm gonna clip this and use it as a sound effect. You gotta do one more just to clarify the flavoring.
Okay. Wow. What I love about it is the freshness. It's so soft and good. It's like a party in my mouth.
You said a party in my mouth. Damn.
Well, let me clarify a couple things. I knew how strong we were in the corner stores, right?
Damn.
I wanted to see how strong we could be in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Running up against the M&Ms and the Werther's.
That's what I'm saying. You running up against the Mars and the M&Ms and
so
the
if you ever
Nestle.
If you ever go to Harvest Pride, on I can't even think of the street it is on, but I'm in the candy aisle. Like I'm in like aisle number 6, and we got about 13 feet of space. They didn't think I could do it, but I'm out selling the top brands, and that was one of the main reasons for me wanting to get into the supermarket.
Okay.
I wanted to see how good I could outbeat the other brands, man, and we've done that. So I mean, we've done that with hard work, you know.
Okay. So you 2 for 3. We got one more to go. All right, guys. So these are the gummy worms. Sell by 2024. Here we go. Open it real easy.
They about to be the fresh.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Because what do you do in order? So some say 2023, some say 2024. Is there anything special you do with the batch to keep it fresh, extended that extra year?
Well, number one, I mean, the key to my business is rotation and keeping everything fresh. So right now, I got the 2023 product in front, and I got the 2024 product in the back. If I see the bags have been ripped or poke holes, I pull them out, you know, exchange everything for free to the customer. But keeping the product nice and fresh is how we'll do what we do.
All right. So here's the gummy. Very creative as far as like making it look like as much as a worm as possible. All right. Cute, nice and soft. Ready?
While she chewing, let me give some shout outs. Shout out to Fenice. Shout out to Charles and Nakia for life. Shout out to Edith Canty. Shout out to Raynard Richburg. You feel me?
Yeah, that's family right there, man.
Okay. I just wanted to go up, you know what I mean, give some salutations, because we pass out flowers all through the show here.
Yeah, man, everybody you name. Like I said, man, support Team Pratt, man, the Richburgs, everybody. They've been on my side from day one, man, and I love y'all for it, man.
Thanks.
Okay, so as far as this is concerned, you can't fuck with these bitches if your teeth ain't strong. What I mean by that is they're good, they're fresh, but you can't rock with these bitches if you got veneers. If you have veneers, stick to what you know. Stick to something. Stick to maybe the souring. These are nice and firm, but you have to have some fucking strong fucking wood chewers to just make sure you have a good experience. Delicious, fresh. Like I said, look. If you ain't got no chompers, you ain't finna get through these worms. But they're not hard. They're just firm. They're gummy. They're delicious. If I had to rate them or put them in order of deliciousness, the gummy worms for me was number 1.
The gummy bears number 1.
I'm sorry, yeah. I'm getting like a sugar rush. So gummy bears is number 1 for me. The sour peach rings comes in number 2, and the gummy worms is number 3. This is actually phenomenal. This was actually a really good test. I'm pleasantly surprised. I would buy your product. You know, normally I ignore these bags when I see them, just because I grew up on them. And I group them all the same. But to know that this brand is making its own thing and doing its own thing, and I've personally had them.
What up, Bert?
I'm stamping it. I'm gonna bring some to my office. 2 thumbs up.
All right.
I wanted to be able to say something bad a little bit, because that's just a toxic in me. But I couldn't find anything.
That's tough.
Only thing I could say was, again, you have to have strong teeth to fuck with the gummy worms, because you're gonna have to put in some work with those. Other than that, very delicious, very fresh. You could give them to your kids. At the end of the day, you want to quiet some kids up, because I got a nephew. You just got me together. So at the end of the day, you can have these in your purse. If you're a grandma, you can have these in your purse. If you're young, like I said, the munchies. If you're a hood nigga, you can grab this out your glove compartment, munch on these. Really good. I appreciate you for coming and bringing this to share, because if you hadn't, it would have just been all talk. But you actually put your sweets where your mouth
Walk
is.
it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it.
That means y'all got a 3 out of 3, y'all.
You got a 3 out of 3.
Yeah, facts.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to bring you back, and you have to bring the other things. Not that I'm just trying to get some, free samples, but I definitely want you to come back so I can like sample all these things so it could be live.
It's important that I bring the samples because with this platform here again and everyone, you know, I want people to know that I'm out here, man. And if you ever need me for anything, you know, this is how business needs to be done. And just showing everybody, you know, look, that the entrepreneur game, you know, may not be for everybody, but I'm hanging in there, man. And I love what I do. And I love the product, and, you know, feedback is very, very important. And we get a lot of good feedback in the stores, man. Stores can't wait to see us, man.
That's what's up.
Because everywhere we go, our racks are blown out, man. And that lets me know because we got weekly customers who we service, man. And, you know, we doing good in the Philadelphia market. And again, man, the big goal is to lock all the independent supermarkets down, man. 7-Eleven just went independent, so I'm going to be attacking them strong. That's the goal right now for the up and coming year. I want to get 5 more stores open before I close the door. The year out, I already picked up 1, so I got to go get 4 more. I'm working on the book. I signed with a publishing company in Pittsburgh. The book is called How to Reinvent Yourself, Entrepreneur Guide. I'm also going to be working with Dr. Leroy McKenzie. We're going to go over this writing, man, because I'm not looking to make a dime off this book, but I am looking to help some people out. I talk about the entrepreneur spirit, regrets, anything that you want to know, how to brand yourself, what I've been through, how to get capital, pretty much my life story and tips in there on what entrepreneurs go through. So there is no set release date. You know, the publishing company did like it. They want a little bit more. I'm like maybe 13 chapters in. I probably got to go another 5 or 6 strong like they recommended, but I definitely want to, I think over the holiday, I need to get back into doing more writing because I want everybody to know, you know, entrepreneurs aren't born. You got to be built for this game.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, can you give me what's your realistic outlook for your goal at 5 years out?
I mean, right now I'm putting a resume together, man. Like I said early, with using these platforms, man, and showing everybody what I'm doing, man, I'm hoping to run a company, or if not, start my own, man. Because, you know, right now, getting to these big food chains, man, you know, they're kind of slipping off, and people are going or gravitating to the independent market due to pricing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would love, man, to have my daughter's face on something. You know what I mean?
Great goal.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I know that's right.
That is definitely my goal. I don't know what God is actually doing right now, but, you know, before I came in here, I sat in the car and prayed and just let the words flow and come to my mind. I definitely have reached out to Men's Health. They have responded back to me where we're going to put an article together come maybe in February. They got pictures of me working out and everything where I talk about health and being an entrepreneur. So I got some things in the works right now. I mean, everything doesn't have a set date on it right now.
That's just things that are in the funnel that are coming up to look out for.
That'll be coming up to be look out for. So I'm definitely working, man.
No, that's what's up, man. I'm just super proud of you because, like I said, I seen you from the beginning. You feel me? So I know the work you put into this, and it's just so great to see somebody stick with something through the good and the bad and really make it happen. You feel me? Because, that's you like a mentor and a role model to not only people who coming up under you, but your peers as well. You feel me? And people in front of you. You know what I mean? It's universal.
You know, definitely, man, because failure definitely will lead to success, but you got to see it, though.
Yeah.
You got to.
You have to dust yourself off and try again?
Not only that, man, you got to pick yourself up, too, and and everything else that comes with it. Because, you know, rejection comes with the game, and you can't be scared.
And, you know, especially when it comes to men, like a lot of men don't know how to take rejection, right? Okay.
I mean, from a business standpoint, it doesn't bother me.
That's good, because that's how you do it. That's how you're able to bounce back. What I'm saying is like those qualities that sometimes often come out as you as a person or in relationships, at the end of the day also comes out in business. And it's just like, if you're not able to take rejection well, if you're not able to take constructive criticism well, at the end of the day, it's going to definitely make it harder for you to be able to climb up that ladder.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback on that. I actually lost an account because I couldn't get around to everybody. And, you know, he told me how bad the service was. And I'm like, man. But, you know, I also didn't have time to develop him because I was working on the project in the supermarkets. But I took that criticism and said, you know what? I'm going to get better from this point on. You know what? I'm going to take a whole nother role and approach to how I do things. So, did that bother me? A little bit, but you go back to the lab and you go reinvent yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to get him back on board. I'm going to do things different, and that's how you got to think every day.
I definitely agree with that.
So, is there anything else that you want to share before we transition into the second portion of the show where we get into what's good and what's happening around us?
Yeah, some
Before
shout
we
outs, you know what I mean?
Into that, and we start giving generalized opinions about things and topics and just different things that are going on that you can still relate back to what you have going on. Is there any last things that you want to say? Because again, the good thing is that this isn't your first visit, it's your second. You're giving us a follow-up, to let us know that at the end of the day you're progressing and the goals that you have set forth, you're achieving them, and we love updates, and we're looking forward to the next visit where you come and update us on the update from today. I didn't get a chance to meet you last time. At the end, it was just Charlie and Skitty here, so I'm happy that I got a chance to meet with you. Is there anything that you want to put out there as it relates to your brand, as it relates to entrepreneurship, as it relates to your goals, as it relates to the grind that you want to make sure that people hear? Because social loaners is the it thing. I mean, we're going to be on the red carpet soon. It's a big thing, and so your daughter's going to see this. So is there any last remarks that you want to say as it relates to the brand that really is going to follow you?
To everybody out there that has ever called me to come on a show or do a public speaking event, man, thank you. I give you 100% of me, like I'm giving this show today 100% of me. And to everybody that's listening, man, thank you, man. Your support has given me the drive to always move forward and think positive. And I want everybody to know tonight, it's not Mike Norton being cocky. I do it for all of us out here, I mean, I do it for all of us, man. And again, it's been a beautiful thing, man. And I love all of y'all for supporting me.
I feel like I'm about to feel like an airhead, but I'm just putting two and two together, and I don't want to have a moment on air. But are you the same guy from that band, the No, that's not him. Just kiss him.
No.
Okay, I just want to make. Okay, sorry. I was just having a moment.
No.
And then I was like, it's not the same person. I didn't think it was, but I was like, wait a minute. I don't know what I heard that I was like, could it be? I just wanted to clear it out. All right, so thank you so much for coming through. If somebody were to ask you, like, out of all the podcasts you've been on, which one is like the best so far?
I think all of them have been great for me. It's more therapeutic for me to get out here and tell my story. I think it's time to do it. And when I tell everybody, let me be clear, I reach out to the podcast people. They don't reach out to me. I'm like, hey, man, look, I like to come on and show you what I'm doing, man, and hopefully inspire someone else, So the fact that everybody gives me that.
Embraces that.
I love it, and I love them for it, man.
That's good that you didn't fall into my trap, because I really needed you to say it's us.
I got to keep it real. I love Scrap Money and everybody, but everybody gives me a beautiful platform, man.
I like that about you. That was really solid. You know what that was, and that's why his snacks are so good, because he's a solid guy. See, I like to set up a little, to see, and that was very good. So, all right. So, thank you for coming on. Thank you so much, and we look forward to you coming on again to give us updates. I
appreciate that, man.
We definitely wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors with the brand, with going basically global. Going more commercial, and really just, again, like I said, Maryland, you said you were in Philly, and expanding that brand more and more, taking over the East Coast. So shout out to that. We're excited, and I'm glad that I was able to sample that and take it back home. So let's get into some things, because it's super important that you work hard, because at the end of the day, you work hard, you have a family, you have to be able to take care of that family.
Yeah.
And so today on What's Going On with Kanye, he is ordered to pay $200K in child support.
Sheesh.
Right?
$200K or what?
Per month.
Sheesh.
Now, they have 4 kids together. That's just $50K a kid.
Okay.
A month.
Just $50K a kid.
That's just $50K a kid a month. Okay.
And I'm over rich, but go ahead.
So at the end of the day, so it got me thinking, this is clearly not really about the child than it is kind of maintaining a lifestyle. Because does a 3-year-old, 4-year-old need $50,000 a month to survive?
No.
Now, let me be very clear. I'm poor. I'm poor Patricia. And people might say don't talk on rich people problems or rich people concerns, but I don't give a fuck about none of that because I'm like the lady from 227, like at the window, Miss Pearl. So
I ain't one of gospel, so you ain't heard of it.
Period. So we're gonna get into it because you know what I do. I keep my ear to the streets.
But need a patrol.
Okay, so but I just want to just like kind of talk about that a little bit. Clearly, it's not about actual taking care of the child because $50,000 is what a lot of people make a year, or some people, that's
a fact.
That's
what some
income
people
for
make
one person. Yeah. So she is getting the income of 4 people. Now, mind you, everybody lives in the same house, so it's not as if each child lives in a separate house where you say, okay, well, 50,000 goes to this, so you get 50,000 worth of cereal for this house, and the other 3 can't eat that. It's just very, I get it, but it's like, do you guys think that's in pocket or out of pocket that $50K a head for a child?
I'll take it first, and then Mike, you can hit it up. But I think it's out of pocket because, first of all, the mother is rich. It's not like she's wealthy, not like she's well-to-do, but she's rich, okay? And I think it's just, once again, the powers that be trying to stick it to Kanye. And that's just how I feel about that.
Okay, so you feel like the reason that the child support is $200K a month is because it's Kanye West.
Because it ain't no struggle in between either one of them. So why are you trying to throw the knife in him?
And he gave up the house that he had bought next door to her.
That's what I'm saying. A huge mansion.
So out of pocket. What about you? What do you think? In pocket or out of pocket?
I mean, if you really want to get technical about it, they living in California, right? So we all know the taxes on California.
Yeah.
We all know their income and them living in Calabasas. So all you got to do is get a good lawyer and a tax accountant, and they breaking these numbers down. And that's how you get your $50K a month.
Per child.
Per child. But, all this could have been avoided, had he not opened his mouth and lost a couple of deals out there on the table, You
don't think that he would still be getting paid? You don't think that he would still have to pay $50K a month per child, even if he wasn't in turmoil with Adidas and, all the anti... Let me watch my words wisely around here, because...
Wait a minute. Y'all just gave me an epiphany with you saying what you were saying about it, right? And what you said... Yo, do you think he might have been nutting up to get out of them contracts because he was in litigation about the divorce and trying to drop his per capita so he had to pay less?
Kanye's a fucking genius.
Yo!
What I do know is that Kanye wanted out of that Adidas contract.
Yeah.
And he put himself in a position where them motherfuckers, he got to the point where he was asking to be out. They wouldn't. Mm-hmm. That's that slave control shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then it got to a point where he had to get so fucking reckless, the Jews, that Adidas was like, we're going to part. It almost, and again, this is social owners. I don't want to be blackballed from the industry. But it just seems as if when you talk about the Jews in a not nice light or in any light that evokes a negative emotion,
right?
They come hard. They bring the fucking house down on your ass.
Yeah.
Well, let me make it clear. If I want a level of success, and I know you all want it.
Yeah.
Today or tomorrow, if people put money behind this man, but are giving us the type of control we need, I don't mean any harm. We all got to walk a straight line, okay? Because remember, if you get total control of the airwaves and I get total control of Snacks and Go Global, our goal is to build the generational wealth and pass it down to our children. I don't want to get reckless, man, and start talking about people, because you got to remember, he went on a podcast, right? And he really did not, in my opinion, have to say that, knowing that that podcast is, way up there. It got repeated and people heard it. I mean, he was doing very good for himself without music, and let's be real about it. He did better than what Run DMC did.
Yeah.
I mean, how many African Americans get invited to the table for a shoe deal? I mean, if you're a ball player, Nike will invite you. But how many have creative control? How many people have... Look, I don't care how far you go in life. You just can't get that big and make that much money, say something reckless out your mouth. You're going to pay for it. I mean, Do you all remember Master P going to the table to talk to Reebok? I mean, how many African Americans get called to the table to take over the urban district of Reebok? Now, Reebok would do good overseas, but P and Paul Pierce and all them they just wanted the urban wear, the sweatsuits, the Iversons, you know, they were trying to do that type of thing. So for him to have his own office and his own, they really trusted you, man. And you opened up your mouth like that. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's my opinion.
No, and you entitled to that, and we respect it.
You know, if I'm living comfortable, man, and I'm at a point where my children are looking at what I'm doing and family members, and I got the world looking at me. I mean, look, banks told them, don't come here no more. People freezing money. I say this all the time. It takes years to build bridges and only takes seconds to burn them. Look at the bridge he built in our culture. How many people wear that Yeezy all day long?
Plenty.
Now look at it. It's gone, man. It's gone.
So I think I think that the important thing here is that as we're outsiders looking in, I think there's a lot of intricacies and a lot of details that we don't know ourselves, because to your point, when somebody reaches that level of success, and when somebody has been invited to the table that many that look like us are not invited to the point where they give you creative control,
right? And
you get to a point where you want to part, and you want to part aggressively. I think there's some, and it is a known fact that Kanye resuscitated Adidas. Adidas needed Kanye. Kanye didn't need Adidas.
That's correct.
Let's be clear about that. So one thing I do know is they love it when we're benefiting them, but they won't give you enough power to exceed them. And I feel like the most what people are scared of the most is an educated, creative, fearless black man, which is why they use us against each other. Because they know that the moment that we tap into our power and we work together, they don't have a foot to stand on. I'm saying that to say that I think there is something in the sauce as it relates to Kanye's ability to share his truth. And I think that you work that hard and you do get that big to be able to stand in your truth, own your truth. And if it is, quite frankly, your truth, and that's what it is, you stand in it prepared to basically for battle and prepared to lose what comes with that, because oftentimes the truth is raw. The truth makes people uncomfortable. And so if this man has worked this hard, and only he knows the work that he's put in to get where he's at, and he's making the moves he's making or saying the things that he's saying, and let's be clear, I don't think Kanye ever comes from a place of maliciousness. I think Kanye is very, very tapped in. I think he's very educated. He comes from, his mother was no dummy, educated. And I think that sometimes when he talks, because the words come out faster than what he's trying to say, people will take that shit and rip it the fuck apart. And I think that because black people are so pro-cancel culture, give me another culture that cancels motherfuckers like black people do, that'll jump on the train. We literally witness thieves, corruption. Like, and these people will stick together and look out for each other. And make sure shit goes under the rug. And if they're going to confront you about some shit, they're going to do it behind closed doors. But they're going to have your back, each other's backs, on the front line. And us as black people, somehow we fail to do that. In 2022 and beyond, all this entrepreneurship, we fail to do that. All these motherfuckers, Vivica's ratchet ass. Vivica, 50 Cent dog walk you, talk about how you ate his ass and all that, disrespected you to the highest from a relationship standpoint. From a father standpoint, he literally has an older son that he gives no rap to, even after this young man is asking for that father figure. Okay? I'm talking about now key things. I'm talking about, okay, relationships, being a parent. You know, she made reference about Little Kim's daughter who has a birth defect. 50 Cent. This is all. I'm giving you 3 things.
Yeah.
That if you sit at a table and you're talking to somebody about, you'd say is a violation.
Yeah.
There was no fucking canceling of that.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. And this is violations that if somebody sits in front of you and talks about your daughter, you're gonna be ready to go ham.
Right.
As a woman, if a man decides to put me out there as regards to what we did in the bedroom in private, that's disrespectful as fuck. Because you got a sister, you got a mother. Well, your mom's gone, but you got a grandmother and all that other stuff. So I'm talking about core things, right? Because we're so woke. Shit went under the rug. Kanye West. Let's really think about Kanye West as a person. From a husband standpoint, never heard a scandal, nothing about, totally dedicated to his wife. Matter of fact, he's the reason why Kim is even able to walk into a room and keep her head held high. Right. Because at the end of the day, she's an industry whore. She's an industry whore that was out here fucking and sucking and doing the most at the end of the day, to where the industry and the people that she wants the most respect from didn't respect her. It wasn't until she got with Kanye, and Kanye, right, set that tone and married this girl. And look at where she is in her family, right?
And from a marital standpoint, it looked like Kanye was a good friend to her, but he didn't marry his best friend. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, it looks like Kanye took the vows very seriously in front of God and married his best friend. I think I even heard him say that, but I never heard her say that back.
So sit in that.
Right.
So sit in that. So, okay, so even with all of that, again, what the point I'm making is from a husband standpoint, when you ask women what they would want in a husband, a man that puts you above anything else, that worships you, spoils you, all this other stuff, right? I'm talking about characters that would say, never heard anything about Kanye cheating, took care of his kids. From a husband standpoint, I would give him, he's a good husband from what we see, right? So you check that off. From a business standpoint, the guy's a genius. So we can check that off. Mm-hmm. From a
music standpoint.
From a music standpoint, you can check that off.
Yeah.
From this man started a school, from a giving money and trying to build his own community up. You can check that shit off. Yeah. So you mean to tell me this is a young black man from Chicago, from nothing like us.
Trendsetter, check that off.
Trying to make it, and has gone through adversity, lost his mom, the most important person to him in the process, and still pushing through. And I just checked off multiple boxes where this man is solid from what we can see, real shit. And we as a culture, and he's up there, like you said, he's up there. He's at the tables, fuck it, he's buying the tables. He's gotten to accomplish, he can tell them people, fuck you, I don't want to be at your table no more. Mm-hmm. And what he needs most is his people supporting him, because again, he opens doors once he gets to those tables. Kanye ain't switched up to the point where he ain't with his people. You always see Kanye with the niggas. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So he ain't even get above himself to where he's looking back like, I'm past you. He's still in that shit. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? To me, I'm just confused on why, as a people, we wouldn't support him. And if there's some shit he needs to be checked on, it wouldn't happen behind the scenes. Why does Vivica's fox ass got to get on a motherfucking screen because she's washed up and she wants to be known and go in on Kanye? But yet at the end of the day, but you're the same one that sit up there and gloat and validate 50 Cent, who's a nigga that, when you talk about qualities, he has some shaky qualities about his ass. So that's what I don't understand about the black fake woke community and the cancel culture.
If I'm Kanye,
what are we canceling?
If I'm Kanye, you know, behind every entrepreneur or every good husband, there's got to be a woman right there glued to the hip,
keeping you balanced.
Or if not, you got to have a good circle of people like I got around me to be like,
keep you level.
Look here, man, you got to get out of your feelings and do the right thing. I think after I would have made them comments or whatever, I would have gone. I mean, he has a huge following.
But did what he said was wrong? Did anybody look into what he said?
Well, when you talk about politics, religion,
sensitive subjects,
okay, we all can agree to disagree.
Agree.
And that's why we don't talk about it live. Now, you close that door, put the microphones down, we can talk about the election and what's good for Baltimore and what's good for you and what's good for me. But when we have a platform like this, man, let's talk strictly about how we're going to provide, what the next move is going to be, who can we help. I'm launching new music. Never put your,
you have a great point, so that's why I think that at the end of the day,
never put your personal life out there.
There's a responsibility to the people that invite him on, because if you think about it, when he went on Drink Champs, he had a good interview, and there wasn't nothing that came out as it relates to Drink Champs. Well, no, he did say some shit. That was he said someone Drink Champs, and then
George Floyd shit, yeah.
Yeah, he went on Drink Champs,
His
right?
knee wasn't on his neck like that. That's the viral clip.
You understand? So my whole thing is platforms also have a responsibility, and I think that, and to your point, you're right. If Kanye had a strong black woman next to him and not a woman that was using him to capitalize and get a pathway to be a cocksucker proudly, that's what he needs. When he lost his mom, which was that for him, I think it all went downhill from there because Kim couldn't do nothing with him.
If I'm his homeboy, I'm like, look here, man, look, I love you, dog, but you need to get out there and apologize very quickly. Because you getting ready to lose it all. I mean, how would you feel today? You had all that money and the bank froze you. Let's get real about this, y'all. Let's put it all on the table here. We're talking about a man. He's on your checklist. He on mine. But you are only as good as your last performance. His last one was he went on that podcast and he criticized the race and it did it right there. Yeah, we can have all the barbershop.
Criticize a race. I don't understand what's happening.
We can have all the barbershop. We can have all the barbershop and salon talk we want about it. That's all good.
But he's feeling the
effects.
We're
not. I ain't on this level. But if I was, my mouth would be quiet. I would, like I'm on this platform. I only want to talk about the great things and the struggle I've been through, and I want to thank everybody. And guess what? I want y'all to know that. Look, I'm coming back with more stories. My personal opinion on how record industries get paid and all that, he could have left all that off the table and talked about, this is what I'm doing. I got the home in Wyoming. And guess what? When I step down from Adidas, I want scrap money to take over. I want you. That's what you do with a platform. You can give your opinion. You have the right to. But keep it very level. Because right now, with these phones on these cameras, it's a gift and a curse, man. It's a gift and a curse.
That's very true.
It's a gift and a curse, man.
So why didn't everybody cancel Balenciaga? Everybody's so woke. These people are sitting here putting kids on sets, promoting BDSM, promoting sexual lewd artistry.
I want to know who the person was that okayed that.
So with that, and Balenciaga's huge. So it wasn't just one person on set. You're talking about a set where there is plenty of people walking around and no one thought that this is kind of eerie. Why hasn't Balenciaga been canceled? Why all the celebrities that wear Balenciaga probably that have kids, the same way people are so opinionated, Vivica and all that, why aren't we canceling Balenciaga?
You know, it's a funny industry.
It's a slippery slope.
You know.
It ain't no fucking slippery slope. You know what it is? At the end of the day, they always quicken. When I say they and us as black people are quick to help them. When it comes to black people and socking it to them and teaching them a lesson, here come the masters and they come out their whips and they rocks hard. And then here we go, gathering more rocks for them. However, when it's them, to my point, that is on the chopping block, they cover for each other. They look out for each other. So that's why I think it's so crazy how everybody will go hard and justify the things that are happening. What did this man really do wrong other than have an opinion, which guess what? Motherfuckers ain't even canceling the KKK. Like they're trying to cancel Kanye for the KKK's opinion. These motherfuckers will come on networks and spew their hate and say all types of ignorant shit. And then, again, these are the same people that are police officers, judges, and all that. So, again, I just don't get it. And I just think that it's just toxicity in our black community. But it is what it is. I think Balenciaga should be canceled as well. I think if you care about anything, then you shouldn't be rocking it. And if you have the clothes and stuff like that and you're not willing to put that shit to the side, then you don't really stand for nothing. You can't pick and choose what to stand for.
I want to say something, right? And this is just a quick reflection back to what we was just something we experienced, right? Did any of y'all get the feeling when we were sitting in here and police officers came in, like they was really wanted something to be wrong, like they wanted to jump off? He wanted to flex
so bad. Like I mean, because he came in,
everything good. Like he didn't even seem relieved.
Is there a burglary? And we're live on there, and it's just like, bro, we're sitting here comfortable. We
just started to get a little tense. I'm like, bro, calm down. It's a radio station.
He wanted to earn his badge so bad, but it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we stay calm. And see, the good thing about it is we can't overreact, right? We can't have a reaction to their reaction because we're always going to be the wrong ones or the people in the wrong. So, I mean, that's just it.
I was really trying to call him in a room, but I didn't mean to cut you off. I was really
I
trying to
wanted
call
to get him
in the
live.
room.
You should have turned your camera.
I was he was on this one, but that's not recording.
Okay.
But it's just streaming. But I was trying to get him to come forward into the camera, but I was gonna give him his flowers.
Me too.
And so once I started getting the bad vibe, like he had an attitude, I was like, no, let me just let him go.
And that's exactly
thing you know,
how
we be laid up in this month.
Here live. Talk about going viral. So
that was just wild. It was been on my mind ever since it happened. Like
21 Savage
weird.
says Nas is not relevant. Is he in pocket or out of pocket? And does he have a point?
He's completely out of pocket. I'm saying out of pocket right now. How he not relevant? And King's Disease is the number one album streaming right now above they shit.
What does relevant mean?
To get back to your point about not supporting, there you go right there. We all came up with Nas, right?
Yes.
I know we did, man. You know, we had the CD Walkman going into high school listening to him. And again, that piggybacks on your point right there. We dog each other out so much. Till it's not even funny. You know, 21 Savage would not be able to make money if it weren't for Nas doing a show at the Kennedy Center or for Nas kicking down his own doors. So, you know, but again, you talking about Generation X right now. You're not talking about our forefathers, you know. You're talking about a new generation of hip-hop artists, man, who I consider to be generational X. They making it. But look at the doors that we kicked in for you to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really as simple as that. I mean, you know, and again, that's what I mean by you have to watch what you say. You know, at this point in Nas's career, I mean, he can pretty much do whatever he want and still sell out an arena.
Yep. That's a
fact. Look at our Nas listeners and look at our 21 Savage listeners, man. I mean, do they really know about a CD and a Walkman going to school? You know, they understand what the message Nas was trying to bring when it was written?
Yeah.
So, again, man, it's a whole nother generation out there, and that's a whole nother topic, but he knows he's out of pocket, and the whole world knows it, man. But to the youngsters out here, man, you know, maybe y'all need to listen to the ones that came before y'all, because I know me and Scrap Money did, which is why we able to come to the table today and do big things and talk like gentlemen, man, you know.
Okay.
But then furthermore, let me take it another step further though, Mike. Not only did we come up off of Nas, because it's like we came up with Nas together, right? But we show big respect to the ones that came before Nas. We was bumping the old shit too. To see how Nas got to be Nas, we was listening to Run DMC and the rest. You know what I mean? Because that was a wave too.
Everybody, man.
I'm like, man, we ain't shit on the people who came before. No, but that was a part of the culture.
Them Generation Z or Generation whatever, they just disrespectful.
Well,
they can't even use old school phones.
They don't want to listen to nobody older. They got it all figured out.
And do they? Here's what I'm asking. When you look at the entrepreneurship and the new generation's ability to capitalize, do they have it figured out quicker than the OGs? And do the OGs feel some type of way? Are they kind of mad about the fact that they have to roll around the mud and you know and create a pathway for the younger generation to kind of come and skip?
I think both can be true.
I'm happy that I got kicked around. I'm happy that I got yelled at.
Me too.
I'm happy that I failed multiple times. You know, because you got to bring out that character in you. So if we have made it easy for them, no, because you still got to put the work in. You just can't put up something and get 1 million likes, but why am I liking it? You took the time. I'm old school. I could have told you about this, right? Mm-hmm. And you'd have been like, well, like you said, I'm gonna set you up on a trap. I'm gonna see if he's gonna bring it in. I want to see what he's gonna say. I'm old school. Look, let the product speak for itself, and then I'll go ahead and back it up.
And that's great.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
But here's the thing. I think the problem is that in this generation, I can kind of connect this, for example, Sweetie's album sales. So Sweetie dropped her album, and there was a lot of controversy surrounding the album. Number one is the potential sales. I think that she was set to sell like 2K, right? And people are saying that she has this huge following. Sweetie has dropped some catchy singles. At the end of the day, she has a huge following from a visual standpoint on social platforms. So why is it that she drops an album and it ain't doing numbers?
Because of her timing, and the album was laden with a lot of Migos disses, and she dropped it right when Takeoff passed.
So you bring that
And people
up.
took offense to that.
People took offense to that, right? And here's the thing. Number one, she never said anything disrespectful about Quavo. I mean, she never said anything disrespectful about Takeoff. But number two, when she was going through her shit to the point where the girl didn't cut her hair and went bald because she was going through some shit, they was dog walking her, dropping songs left and right. Nobody cared about her mental space.
I understand, but the man died. You know what I mean?
But she didn't disrespect Takeoff, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, the whole family is in a state of grief right now, and it was just bad. It was poor timing.
So when would have been the right timing?
Before it happened,
because
she should she shouldn't have kept putting it on the back burner. She should have been dropped them balls.
But how? So you're assuming there was a back burner thing. What if her date was that? And so let me get this right. She is a brand. Yeah. You are a brand.
Understood.
You have everything that you've done. Dates and stuff are set up, promo dates and all that stuff. This is your ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And this is your ex-boyfriend's nephew, right? Y'all haven't talked. They're dragging her through the mud. She is still working on her project. Date is set. Project drops regardless of what's going on in the outside world. This is due to drop, and it wasn't like she personally had an issue.
If I was a manager, I would have pushed it back.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't have pushed it back.
Well, guess what? And then that's why she's sitting at 2,000 sales.
I think that honestly, as far as a number standpoint, I think that would have been that anyway, because at the end of the day, when you're dropping an album, you also have to do huge promotions.
They didn't do none.
That's what I'm saying. I think that more so was it. For example, it was discovered that Vlad TV asked her to come on. Vlad was told that she didn't want to come on the whole time. She didn't even know that they had invited her on, and she's a fan of Vlad.
But look, this is why I say they should have pushed it back, because the one promotional item they did use is that she's talking a bunch of shit about Quavo, and when she said she was going to drop it, yeah, you pretty much if you and Quavo share fans. Yeah, you're not gonna. They're not getting it.
Unfortunately, I don't think that they should. The good thing is, I don't think they share fans.
Quavo probably got quadruple billion more than
whatever it is. I don't think they share fans.
Just imagine.
I think she should have dropped that shit when whatever her date was. And at the end of the day, if nobody was thinking about her mental space, and let's be clear, this wasn't a situation where at the end of the day, it was a breakup and motherfuckers kept a G.
Yeah.
You dropping songs left and right. You doing the most carrying it real bitch like.
You said left and right. Quavo made 2 songs. Stop it, love.
Too many. Again, you talking about OGs. You talking about OGs.
Right,
well, that's the problem. You want to talk about OGs at the end of the day. When did that become cool? Pillow talking ass niggas. But that's the problem. We made that shit cool. So again, pillow talking ass niggas.
They've been pillow talking since the beginning of time.
Again. Pillow talking used to be something that was shunned upon.
Yeah, I shunned it as
Now
well.
niggas sit and they take out their popcorn and they waiting for motherfucker to pillow. That's exactly what it is.
And y'all eat it up too. We got it from y'all.
Is it okay for a guy to, again, bitch traits are bitch traits, but now it's okay for men to sit here and go into putting out somebody's personal business on a song for clout? Just like the baby did that clown shit with Meg Thee Stallion. Niggas are at an all-time clownish high. And I hate that for niggas.
Just say them niggas, because it ain't these niggas.
I hate that for niggas.
If you in a relationship and men deal with hurt very, very differently. I mean, I think we've all been in love with somebody who ain't loved us back. And I mean, I think for him and any other guy out there, I think they've all are hurt, and like most of us don't know really how to express it. I mean, is it in poor character? Absolutely. It's in poor character. I mean, because a relationship is going to do 2 things, either work or fail. Mm-hmm. And if you're willing to change, you go make the change that you got to make. But I mean, you ain't really got to talk about what you and somebody else are doing,
So, okay, so, I think that I think she was in pocket for just dropping her album regardless. If that was the time and there was nothing happening with her directly, if everything was already set up, you got to do what you got to do. That's what it is, and you rock with it, roll with it. That's what it was. You guys thought she was out of pocket.
Yeah, but you still going to check the temperature before you come outside. And so she came outside without no coat on, and now she got to hold that 2,000.
And you know what? Because I'm so pro, you got to do what the fuck you want to do and do how you feel.
I feel you.
Period.
She felt it too.
Talking about coming out with stuff and possibly it not doing well. Will Smith has his movie Emancipation.
I want to see it
coming out, and so he's doing a lot of promo for it. And then the talk about the slap is coming up, and he somehow is addressing people that may not go.
But Shade Room didn't even ask him about the slap. That's crazy. If another platform would ask him, and the Shade Room didn't even do it.
Conversation about the slap, and so the question is how. How does he feel about people possibly not supporting the movie because he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock on stage?
I mean, you can't feel one way. I mean, you just gonna have to keep trucking on because you already know what your bed is. You know what I mean? That you're gonna have to lay in possibly. You feel me? So, of course, it's gonna be on your mind, but you can't let that control you. You just gotta know that it's gonna be something in a way. You better be back in a good production because if that movie is fire, it's gonna push through all of that.
I just feel like at the end of the day,
I want to see it though.
I just feel like at the end of the day, if a movie comes out and a movie looks interesting, I really don't care who he smacked the shit out of in his off time. This is a movie.
Yeah.
I think that people have a hard time separating the artistry from the person.
Man, check this out. What's main man name? Bridges that shot, not Jeff Bridges. Damn, sorry, Jeff. What's my guy named Baldwin? Alec Baldwin shot a whole person on set, and nobody said nothing about it. Yo, he's still in the movie.
This is the point that I'm making about how I'm telling you we are the most toxic culture as black people. Asians, Indians, they're not doing the shit that we do as it refers to kids. So they protect their own. They'll reprimand behind. You see this behind this? Yeah. They'll take you behind this and get you right. But when this open up and you step out, it smiles and it's support. Mm-hmm. And black people just have, and I'm saying black American people have a hard time doing that. They're so quick. Like Ply said it, black people actually get a thrill out of seeing each other fail.
I think we've been down as a people so long. Nobody showed us how to do it the right way on purpose. And because we got to figure it out on our own, we're missing a lot of the steps.
That's all excuses. Because guess what?
I'm trying to figure out something because I don't be understanding it either.
You know, with this platform, man, you know, here's a public service announcement to everybody out here. You know, your entrepreneur, your 9 to 5. Look, find your lane, stay in it. Okay? Be great at what you do. Show character, dignity. And remember, at the end of the day, for us to have a family, your legacy is either going to be a father or a husband. You really have no need to hate on anyone. If you want to go be in business, man, take the risk and go out here and put all your money into you. If you want to work your 9 to 5, go ahead and do it. But guess what? We are allowed to enjoy the perks of what we do. So if I want to go out and buy this or buy that, you can't hate on it. Look at the seeds I planted. Look at what I'm out here doing. I'm losing it all, but trying to regain and rebuild it back. I don't get the hate. Me personally, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You know, why don't you ask a brother or sister, man, how'd you get to this point, man? What do I have to do? And that's why we all here to help the next generation, man.
That's a fact. And I know anybody who's ever asked me, and I'm saying it on all 3 of these screens, and it's hand to the man. Anybody who ever asked me for help in this podcast game got that shit. And nobody, if I'm lying, I'm flying. And if I'm lying, speak your piece in one of these chats right here. You know it's untrue.
And here's another thing. Remember, hit the button on this one. Remember one thing about life.
I hit the button on this one.
Let's think about it. I want y'all to remember one thing. Good people cross paths and bad folks cross one another. You think about that. You think about where you want to be and who you hang around. I mean, if you're around positive people, you're going to soar like an eagle. If you're around people that just want to get a Coors Light or a joint and hang on the corner, well, you're going to become them. Let's get real about it.
That's a fact.
Well, and that's on
everything.
So they need to let Chris Brown perform on all platforms. I'm tired of him playing with my baby daddy. He was supposed to perform at the AMAs, and it was supposed to be a Michael Jackson tribute, and they canceled his performance. And I feel like, again, back to black people and lack of support for our own, they play with us and we let them.
I heard the creative minds couldn't come together on a set format.
Man, they could create these nuts. At the end of the day, they keep on playing with Chris Brown. And listen, there's no bigger fan of Rihanna than me, okay? I love Rihanna, okay? Everybody's moved on. I personally think it was a fight in the car that got a little bit too heated. I think Rihanna was throwing hands. I think Chris Brown was throwing hands, and it got ugly. But I think that they should let him. You got to let people grow. It's like, damn, why do black people got to go through so much? And we just got to hold that shit on our shoulders. So you know what? Screw the American Music Awards for not letting Chris Brown perform his tribute to Michael Jackson. Right. Because the word on the street, because I keep my ears to the street, was that they didn't want to have a domestic abuser give a tribute to a child molester. That's the gotcha.
What?
Think about that. That's why they said that they pulled it.
But
So anyway,
where did he molest the child?
they're talking about Michael Jackson.
Oh, what?
Wow, man.
And he
I
didn't
keep
get
my
convicted of
ears-
nothing.
I keep my ears to the streets, and I am told, because I'm right there on the red carpet, with BNT and that.
Yeah.
So I was told that
Say
that's
less.
the reason ultimately that they pulled it is because the people that are in these rooms that support Balenciaga and children being, with sick shit, at the end of the day, they felt like they don't want to give black people their glory. They're afraid of it. And that's why we have to support our brothers and sisters.
And shout out to my man Theo and Tavon Wilson, man. They did some clothes for me, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm buying independent people, man. Anybody that's got a clothing line, man, let me know when I go do these podcasts, man, or I'm out in the street. Let me know so I can put it on and support you, man. I'm gonna be very honest with you about high-end fashion. It wasn't built for us, okay? Have you ever tried on a pair of
It don't even fit my curves right.
I tried on a pair of men's Burberry sneakers, right? I'm a size 11. My foot was cramped like that. I don't mean any harm. It ain't for us, y'all. But look, we got some good fashion designers out here in Baltimore, man. I think
Cashland.
Yeah. Let's shout out them, man. Let's shout out them, man. Let's definitely
Off
shout out
tour.
them.
Be more careful.
Yeah,
Wait,
man.
hold on. I done said be more careful. Be more like us.
Shout out Moguls.
We got moguls,
Wicked.
major figures, man. Let's get out there and let's get behind these people, man. That's what we need to do. If you all want to see the type of income and you want to see a better Woodlawn, Randallstown, Owings Mills area, man, let's get behind these people, man. One love. I'm behind y'all, man.
Dr. Leroy
really?
McKenzie, shout out to you. You're in the chat and you have a lot to say. So let's see what you're talking about right now.
Shout out to Dr. Leroy, man.
Dr. Leroy said, because our minds are handcuffed to believe it is better than our brands, okay? Then he said, people can pick and choose what they stand for. Just stop choosing the wrong thing. Who defines what the wrong thing is, okay? There are plenty of us out here succeeding and working together to assist each other in succeeding. Folks, just choose not to focus on it. The only narrative that some of us want to push is a negative one. Well, I don't know about Dr. Leroy, but I'm just going by the news and what we see is going on in Baltimore City every day. And there's definitely more of us. The people that are helping each other are outnumbered by the people that are not. And that's just the reality. And sometimes when you're in your circle of success, you lose sight of the fact that what's happening at the bottom is not relatively close to what's happening in your world of success. So I just want to kind of keep that in mind, which is why we have to talk about it and have conversations and bring awareness. So that's on that. He said other cultures do the same thing. They just don't use the media to talk about it. Further validating my point that other cultures will take you behind a closed door and have the conversation with you about it and support you in public, whereas our own people have no problem dog walking you out in public, dog walking you, doing the most, supporting the people, supporting the oppressors, and it's just sickening. So Dr. Leroy McKenzie, thank you for your thoughts and opinions. We love it. Thank you for tuning in. Corey Dabbs Johnson, Bushi Fashion for Women. Oh, and he's shouting out local brands. So, okay, Dr. Leroy, thank you.
Dr. Leroy, we got a show coming up together, man. Thank you, man, for listening
your
today,
friend?
man.
That's what's
It's
up.
my guy right there,
Dr. Leroy's your friend? Dr. Leroy.
Dr. Leroy has that mama mentality, man, for the entrepreneurs. Check his show out, too, as well, man. This is a good guy right here. I've been politicking with him, and we getting ready to do some big things. I can't really announce. I'm going to let one out the bag. I believe on December 14th, I'll be the keynote speaker talking about entrepreneurship and manhood. So, we're definitely working on some good things, man. And that's what I mean by sticking around good people, man, But we look, y'all, this podcast, and not only this one, but others, it's so important, man, to get out here and get the social content up. Let's talk about things like that. Let's talk about the entrepreneurs and what's going on in our school, man, because you know what? My feeling is, man, we getting ready to take over. The timing is now.
Yeah.
We got it. It's got to be all or nothing. It's got to be all or nothing, But, I'm around great people, man, and I know if all of us get in a room together, man, we can definitely put our minds together and do what we got to do, man. That's what it's about at the end of the day.
No, that's a fact, and I agree on both sides of the spectrum because and I think this is a great discussion because we got like a healthy view, a healthy set of perspectives in here, right? I may see it one way, you may see it another way, you may see it another way, but all of them are going the same direction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's up. That's dope.
This was really good. This was really good. I definitely, as we come to an end on the show, I definitely think that we had some great dialect. I definitely could appreciate your energy as it relates to together, being unified, saving the youth, helping the youth. Information and knowledge is key. A lot of young kids out there have the desire to do better. They just need the resources to do so. And so with people like you that are committed to spreading the information, spreading your story, spreading your resources and how you can help the youth, I think that's phenomenal. And after you help them and give them some great advice, you can give them some snacks. I think that's double phenomenal. So thank you so much for coming in on the show again. Thank you for showing love. Thank you for being a strong presence. Thank you for standing on what you believe in, and that is growth, and that is entrepreneurship, and that is doing things the right way, and that is staying committed to the process and not giving up, and knowing that, you know what, you dust yourself off and you try again. And if you took 3-4 steps forward and you take one back, you keep on taking those 3-4 steps forward. So I really appreciate you coming on. It was a pleasure to meet you. And do you have any last words before we come to a close for the show? The best podcast on earth. Been in it 6-7 seasons before a podcast was a thing. We was here putting in, you know, the work and shooting the gym. Is there anything that you would like to share?
What a lot of people don't see, they see me always up front, but it's the people in the background who keep me going, who keep pushing me, who tell me they love me every day. And again, man, thank y'all, Mom, Dad, everybody out there listening, man. You know, look, my grandfather was a senior. He took it to one level. My dad got as high as he could. Now it's my turn to let's go. 100%.
Let's go.
All right. Look, I've lost it all, but I'm gonna gain it back. I don't know if it's gonna be the day tomorrow, but it's coming. But if y'all believe in me, and anybody out there listening, man, keep believing in me, because I love all of y'all for it, man. And ain't no such thing as a whack idea. Get out there and live out your dreams, man. And look, I know we keep harping on entrepreneurship, but there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5 and going to school, man. There's nothing like a good education. We all got to start somewhere, you know. But look, keep striving. Look, I'm 3.
Shout out to Maya Johnson, who said, "Them peach rings are my favorite."
Look,
grab a bag of 10.
Hey,
girl.
love you, sis. Love you. I'm 3 for 3, man.
Pop-up shop coming soon.
I'm out here hustling, man.
Pop-up shop coming soon.
I already knew them joints was fire.
I'm out here hustling, man. I'm living out my dream. I'm having fun with it, man. And most importantly, I got the support from all of y'all. Maya, I love you. You don't know, baby. You have been the #1 supporter.
Let's go.
Maya, I love you for it. Look, Team Pratt, get that book, man. Picture Perfect. Look, this girl probably got a movie in the makings. Look, get out there on Amazon, put it underneath your stocking, get you some snacks, man. We're going to have some popcorn coming. Look, happy holidays, man.
And on that note, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everyone that tuned into our show tonight. Mike Allen, Maya Johnson, Dr. Leroy McKenzie, Fenice, Renard, Charles Nakia for life, John Standstill, Bossberg. I mean, Edith, share this podcast. If show love, share, hit share. The more people that see this, guess what? The more they find out about this, and guess what? The more sales. So it's all about sharing, guys. It's only a click of a button. If you fuck with us, hit share. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week, Tuesday. Same time, same place. Social loners, and we are out.
Cause I'm a grown man, she love her when I fuck her till them slow down. No more little boy shit, paranoid, I be really on shit. But you can't play no games without no joystick. They just want my back against the wall, that shit'll never be. Ain't taking no advice if you still broke, respectfully. You gon' need some hustle with a dream to stand next to me. I could've threw my life away, instead I built a legacy. Back then when I was younger, wasn't shit for me to crash out. A nigga even looking like he mugging, I was spaz out. I really ain't give a damn, now I'm just a businessman. Nosy niggas in my business, fine, build a business plan. For real, look, telling niggas to the streets, this shit